Okay.
I am brave, I am good, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching up to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. It's my speed. Well, fire away. 'Cause today I won't let the truth in. I'm always through the
All right, guys, welcome. Just stay tuned. Just others join before we can kick off. Yeah, you can drop me a chat if you can hear me so that I can know that you guys are there. You can drop a comment. Just drop a comment if you are there. To be seen, make no apologies. This is me. Hello, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. If you are there, just drop a comment. Drop a comment if you're there. Drop a comment. Yeah, good. Good. Gift, I can see you. Gift Chigo, welcome. Femi Victor, I can see you. Pleasure, I can see you. Emmanuel Umokoro, I can see you. Welcome. Let's just wait for some other persons, just like 60 seconds thereabout, then we kick off straight up. All right, so we're talking about Github tonight, so you guys should stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. Do you have your laptop there? Because they're going to be pressing the laptop, so get your laptops. Don't just watch this on your phone. You need to participate. So please boot up your laptops and get them ready. Get them ready. If you have your laptop booted up, please can you drop a laptop is on the comments. My laptop is up and running. Type that for me on the comment. My laptop is up and running. Because you have to participate tonight. You have to participate. You have to participate tonight. So if you have your laptop already booted up and is ready, I want you to drop a comment. My laptop is running. Yeah, great, great, great. Rita, I can see you. My laptop is up and running. Drop a comment. I don't want you to watch this on your phones. Go and grab your laptop. Maybe you're watching it on your phone. Yes, fine, but grab a laptop beside you and make sure you are ready to type some codes tonight. Because this is like part of the fundamental class, right? Even though the fundamental class is going to be starting on Monday or Sunday rather, GitHub is something you can't do without. You can't do without GitHub, so you need it. For you to work in a team, you need GitHub, right? So you need to learn how to do that tonight. You might not even touch this throughout the foundation class. Excuse me. We might not touch on GitHub as much as we will do tonight. So get ready. Let your laptop be up and running. If you don't have a laptop, go and borrow a desktop. Go and borrow a desktop from your neighbor. Go to your next door neighbor and borrow a desktop. Okay? All right. So can we get started now? We have 11 persons online and we have a lot of people on Telegram. Can you, if you know anyone on Telegram who is not here, can you send them a DM? Post them on WhatsApp. If you know anyone who has joined our Telegram group and is not here yet, please drop them a message. Let me drop a message on the group. We are live. We are kicking off now. So guys, if you are still sleeping or still watching, what's that thing called? We are still watching Z World. Call the people that are watching Z World. I want them to stop Z World. What did they show by 9 p.m.? I thought there is this thing they show by 9 p.m. Please, guys, I want you to leave Z World and come and learn how to use GitHub. So anyone beside you watching Z World or anyone that's on Telegram group that is still watching Z World, please boss them. Yeah, wonderful evening to you, Cosmos Isuru. Wonderful evening to you, Kelvin. Zainab, right? I can see you. Your laptop is up and running. Yes, let's get started, right? This is 9:06. This is 9:06. We're going to get started in exactly 4 minutes from now. 9:10. Yeah, you can reduce it. So 9:10, we're going to start exactly 9:10. So, but before 9:10, I'm going to just do a bit of introduction to who we are. This is the first time you are meeting, at least you are seeing a face. Maybe you've been seeing us on the profile DPs, but if you have any question, if you can't hear me clearly, there is something you need to bring to my attention, please just drop it in the chat box. Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to drop anything you want to draw my attention to on the comment box. But like I said, let me do a bit of introduction to IT Skill Center. This is the first time we're doing, we're kind of putting a face to the brand. So I hope the background music is not distracting, right? We're going to turn it off completely when we start proper. But right now, we're just doing some bit of introduction. So like I was saying, IT Skill Center, let me just share my screen and show us our website. Let me share my screen. Yeah. All right. So this is IT Skill Center, where we build mobile and web apps that works. That's what we do, essentially. We build mobile apps and web apps that work. So we've been doing it for quite some time. We've been doing this for over, say, about yeah. So personally, before IT Skills, we've been building stuff with other brands, but we started IT Skills about 3-4 years ago, and we've built quite a number of products out there. You know, from oil and gas to banking sector to insurance sector to we've done stuff for telecoms, co-branded Nigeria. You know, I might not be able to mention some of the brand names here. Well, this is we. So I think I can mention some of the brand names because usually when we're in the public space, we have NDAs that don't allow us to mention some of the brands we've worked for. But since it's a Telegram group, I think it's a closed group, even though it's a public video. But I'll just mention some of our few partners that we've worked with. So we've done stuff, you know, quite a lot of stuff for telecoms, banking, oil and gas, institutions, schools, government agencies in Nigeria. We've done stuff for some, you know, companies outside the country, a lot of them. And yeah, so we've done quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, so thank you, Kelvin. You say it's not really disturbing, right? Oh, somebody says, I like this one. I like this one. Jihad and Akbar. Is that what they are showing now? Some people are just, she does here. I'm sure you are not a Z Word fan. Are you a Z Word fan? You have to repent. All right. So as I was saying that tonight is going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. They're going to learn about GitHub. But I was introducing IT Skill Center, telling you a bit of background, how we are different from other boot camps out there, how we are different from other software development companies out there. You know, we've been doing it for a long time, and we have a very solid team. I'll just scroll a bit down. We are not all guys though, but we went for a very fantastic hangout last year, December, at what was that resort again? Is it Omo Resorts? Yeah, Omo Resort. So we had a fun time there. That's where we took this nice picture. You know, we look like all guys, but we are not all guys. But these are some of our guys. We've done quite a lot. So you can visit our website. You can visit itskillcenter.com. Let me drop the address so that you can have a look. You know, you can have a look on what we've done and where we are and all of that. That's the website address. Yeah, so you can look that up. Well, but what I'm going to on the website is our team, right? So this is a team. This is a team at IT Skill Center that you'll be interacting with when you come, or people you'll be meeting. So we have people from product managers to testers to front-end engineers, back-end engineers, you know, product lead, and full stack developers, mobile app developers. You have all of them on the team, and it's going to be quite interesting. So that's what differentiates us from other boot camps, right? Because we are not just lecturers, we are not just what was it called now? We're not just trainers that just set up, an institution that will just be training and talking in class without really knowing exactly, how the real world application of that stuff works. So we build applications ourselves. We are developers ourselves. We are testers ourselves. So there's nothing we want to teach you that we have not done ourselves. So that's the difference, because we are teaching you exactly what we do every day. So we're not just talking theories. We are not teaching you from a book or from past experiences. We are teaching you from what we are doing right now. As a matter of fact, we're going to be showing you live codes, like projects we are working on currently is what we'll be using to teach in class. So that's what differentiates our boot camps from other boot camps. I don't want to mention other names. It's not nice to do that. But all the other boot camps out there. You've visited them. And I've had to interview people that have visited those boot camps, and they've said that the most challenging thing about those boot camps are the instructors. They are not as good as they should be. But what you find in IT skills is that the people that will train you are actually developers themselves. So you can trust the quality of what they will deliver. They will teach you from hands-on experience of what they know. You can trust that. Then number two, a lot of people have asked questions about guarantees of job. I know that's important. Nigeria's unemployment rate is very high. Yeah, but we give guarantee of job employment. At the same time, we don't give guarantees. Why? We give guarantees because if you are good at what you do, we can guarantee you a job. Right? Someone still sent me a personal DM this evening asking, oh, what are the guarantees that I'm going to get a job? What are the guarantees if I quit my job right now and I come for the boot camp? How can I get a job and all of that? There are jobs. As a matter of fact, we are even hiring right now. I told the guy, I said, if you're already an intermediate developer right now and you know React Native, we are looking for a React Native developer right now. So if you are good at React Native already, apply. Don't apply for the bootcamp. Apply for a job and you get a job. You can resume with us next week if you pass our test, though. So what I'm saying is that there are jobs out there. We have a lot of partners that we are servicing currently. Loads and loads and loads of partners that we are servicing, and they are constantly looking for more people to support their team. So guarantees of job, yes. But if you are not good at what you do, our partners will not hire a quack developer or a very bad developer. A developer that will be throwing out bugs and bugs. We press one button in your code and voila, errors everywhere. We cannot hire such a developer. So you need to earn your skills. You need to focus. Forget about the money. The money will always come. I've had guys that have started with us some 2 years ago. They started from earning 70,000, 120,000. They graduated to 150,000. They graduated to 200,000, 250,000. Right now, some of them are earning 500,000 naira per month. Do you understand? So you are going to have to wait to grow. You have to give yourself time to develop your skills, earn your skills, master your skills, and then you can never be without a job if you are good at what you do. That's the guarantee we are giving you. And one of the things we are promising you over a 6-month period, and that's why we're emphasizing the camping method, because we've been training people from the office. People come to our office every day. They go back home. Some people do weekends. We have a current training running every Saturdays for people that are working full-time. So they come on Saturdays only. And we've realized that if you come only on Saturdays, it's going to take a longer time for you to really learn all the stuff you need to learn. That's one. Then two, if you only do, you go, you come, you go, you come, you go back home, you don't practice, you do other things, you see Z word, you talk to your sisters, you are distracted, you go to work, you go to school, all of those distractions. If you don't eat, drink, and sleep code, especially when you are learning every day, you are going to take a longer time to master the skills. Do you understand? So one of the reasons why we are coming up with the idea of really camping together for 6 months is that you can learn as much as you want to within that space of time. And then every single hour of the day, every single minute of the day, you are literally drinking and eating codes. And then the most beautiful part of it is that everybody around you, they are also coders, they are developers. So it's going to make it more fun. It's going to make it more interesting. It's going to make it lively. You're not going to be alone. This idea of watching videos on Udemy, Coursera, self-taught, trying to struggle all along with the code and the errors. But if you're in the midst of other developers, other learners, in the midst of developers who are already good, who are senior engineers, who are working already, because our guys, this is our office, where the building we got, the place we are going to camp, our guys, our engineers are going to be there. So you are within senior engineers, intermediate engineers, junior engineers, and then you yourself, you are an intern sort of, or you are a beginner. So you can learn faster. So that's the process. So I think we have quite a number of persons here now, so we can go straight to the reason why we are here tonight. But I'm going to have someone co-host this tonight's show with me. Let me call it a show now. One of our engineers by name Adebayo. I'm going to bring him on now. Adebayo, if you are there, can you say hi? All right. So, Ineka, you said this is what you are looking for, right? I believe so. I hope so. I believe this can be an opportunity of a lifetime, right? There's some people that have joined. I have a guy that, started with us. He did IT with us some many years ago, when he was doing his IT. He finished, he graduated from school. He came back to do NYC with us. He finished NYC, we retained him, and now he's earning, he's earning in several thousands of naira, close to, big money. So this can be, a once in a lifetime opportunity because like I said, there is guarantee that you will learn. There's guarantee that you will master the skill. There's guarantee that there's a job if you are good at what you've learned. And there's guarantee that you will make money. So money is not the issue. Forget about the money. You will always make money, right? So let's go straight to why we are here tonight. We're talking about mastering GitHub. What is GitHub? Right? What is GitHub? Let's switch to this. What is GitHub? Quickly. GitHub is very simple. GitHub is a version control system, right? A version control system that allows you to simply have different, let me just exit so that you can still see my face somehow. Yeah, so you can still see my face, right? I hope this is not too small. Let me see if I can increase this right here. Yeah, so yeah, beautiful. So I can bring this up. Yes, beautiful. So I was trying to tell you what GitHub is all about, right? GitHub is just simply a version control system, right? That allows you to have several versions and copies, or they call it snapshots, right? So snapshots is just a version in history of your code base, because by the time you start writing your code, you'll be working with several other, team members. You'll be having to work with several other developers. You will even if you're working on a project all by yourself, you will need to keep sort of a version of where you stop today. So you've written some lines of code today, and then you want to save that. You want to save where you stopped today, right? And then tomorrow when you want to continue, you want to be able to say, okay, this is where I stopped yesterday. Let me continue. And then you want to keep a snapshot or a version of what you've done tomorrow. And then for any reason, you want to revert back to say what you did 2 days ago. Assuming you don't have GitHub in place, it's difficult to do that. The normal way you'll have done it like 15 years ago where there was no version control, you'll have been doing Control Z, Control Z, Control Z for, I don't know how many version of your Control Z you have to do for you to get back to 2 days ago in your code base. You understand? So that's a whole lot of work. And then if our GitHub is beautiful because it allows you to also not just revert back to a old commit, but also it allows you to know who is working with you on your code, who wrote exactly what line. So let me show you something quickly. Okay, I'm not sharing that screen. Let me share another screen quickly with you. I'm going to share my entire screen now. Are you guys still there? Can I work remotely after I say skills? Someone is asking a question. Can I work remotely? Daniel Jr., I see your question. There will be a question time, right? But let me just jump in and answer this. Can you work remotely after IT skills? Yes, you can, right? If and only if your organization allows for remote work, right? But most organizations these days allow for remote work. So yes. But if you're going to be working with IT skills personally, we come to office every day. We don't do remote. So even though we have some remote engineers, but our ideal culture is to work from the office. Let me just quickly share my entire screen. Okay. So as I was saying, I wanted to show you something in my code base. I believe you can all still see my screen, right? Okay, so this is tiny. Well, let me see if I can increase this. Oh, my command prompt is not working because I'm sharing my screen. Can you guys confirm you can see this? I just wanted to show you something briefly within my screen here. Something here. If you notice that when I click on any line of code, you will see something that says you seconds ago, right? Can we all see that? You seconds ago. That is the power of Git, version control. It tells you who wrote what and what line of code is written by any of your other team members. That's the power of that. So let me go back to the explanation I was doing about GitHub, right? Let me stop this, stop sharing. Yeah, so I was talking about GitHub, and I was trying to mention to you that it's just simply a version control system, right? So let's move on to the next slide. How do you install Git? For as many of you that has your screen is not clear. Okay, screen is not clear. Yes, still seeing the screen. Yeah, thank you for guys that are responding. Yes, I see you, Rita, Solomon, Samuel, Daniel. Can you see the screen clearer now? Is it a bit clearer now? So I want to go straight into installing GitHub. So for those of you that have your laptop running, I want you to quickly, for people that are on MacBook, I don't know how many of you that are using a MacBook, you need to run this command, right, to install Git on your system. But if you are using a Windows system, you need to go to this address and download Git. You need to go to this. Let me click on it so that you can see it. So I'm going to drop the address right on the screen. Let me drop the address right on the screen for you. All right, so let me drop the address so that you can click on that. So let's click on that. That's how you download Git, right? And there are 4 commands I'm going to teach you tonight because this not Zoom meeting now. This YouTube live is going to be going off in about, say, roughly 20-30 minutes time from now, right? So we're going to be very fast, even though we're going to be a bit slow so that you can follow through. But we're going to just cover things that we can learn tonight that will not be too much. So we're going to learn how to initialize a Git repository, right? We're going to learn that tonight. We're going to learn how to create your first commit. That's how to create your first snapshot. I told you that GitHub is used basically to create version history for your code base, right? Let me say that again. GitHub is basically used in creating version history for your code base. So when you're writing your code, whether you're working alone or you're working with other developers, you are able to maintain the versions of your code base, right? And also it helps you to know who is working on what. And also it helps you to combine your code. In the terms of GitHub, they call it merge. It allows you to merge your code with other people's code base, right? And it also allows you to resolve conflicts when you are merging your code with other people's code base. And GitHub is even more powerful than that because there's something called continuous integration and continuous delivery, which you'll be learning during the bootcamp. But GitHub allows you to automatically deploy your code from your local system straight to the server by just a click of a button, right? So you're going to be learning how to do what we call continuous integration and continuous delivery. We call it CI/CD, right? You're going to be learning that during the bootcamp, but just have these terms, all of this introduction we are doing today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday, that just a bit of getting you familiar with the terms and the tools that you'll be using during the foundation class. So GitHub is one of the things. So I've given you the link. I want you to go to this link right now. If you have visited that link, I want you to drop a comment. Font is too small. Okay, you mean font on my screen? Let me increase my screen. My screen size. I think this is quite big now. Is this fine now? Can you see clearer? Is it a bit clearer? Kelvin, it's clear. Okay, cute. Okay, screen not clear. Can you guys confirm you can still see my screen? I've dropped the URL right below this YouTube screen, right? I've dropped the URL. So go to that URL and download your Git, initialize your Git, download the Git application and install it on your system. And I'm going to have to wait for you to do that, but I'll keep talking, but I want you to do that quickly. How many of you are going to download now? So I should know whether I'm waiting for you or not. So drop it in the comments if you're trying to download. If you're trying to download GitHub on your system, please can you drop it on? Okay, let me also drop the link in the Telegram group so that for as many of you that can't really see it, you can easily click it on the Telegram group, right? So I'll drop the link on the Telegram group so you can click from there. So how many of you are trying to download Git right now on your system so that I can wait for you? Okay, I can see Qt scripts trying to download now. Anybody trying to download again? Because there's something we have to do together. So you have to download. If you have your laptop up and running, download it now, because we are going to have to push something to the repo together. All of us, we have to push. You are going to have to write. We create your own file. You will write something in your own file. You are going to commit that file, and you will push it to the repo, and everybody will see it on the screen. So everybody, I need us to do this together. So try to download the Git now on your system. If you have any challenge, drop it in the comments, and Adebayo, my co-host, will attend to you quickly. So that's why he's here. He's going to help us troubleshoot any issues you are having. So try to download it. If you're on a MacBook, you are going to have to run a different command. If you're on a MacBook, this is the command you run on a MacBook. You're going to run sudo apt-get. That's how you install stuff on MacBook. Let me get that for you. It's on sudo apt-get. There's installation. Okay, I think I have to go back a bit, one step down here. Okay. All right, so this is it. So if you're on a MacBook, you will use a sudo apt-get install. If you're on a Linux system, so how many of you are on a Windows system? Okay, downloaded already. Great, great, great. Michael Alaga, I'm waiting for you. Oh, Flexi says his laptop is off now. Okay, that's fine. Gifts, that's great. You've downloaded already. Where do we click to download? Okay, I have just given the URL is on the screen. It's on the Telegram group. This is the URL right here. Let me click on it again. Let me go forward one step. Download depends on the system you are using. If you are using a 34-bit system, you will click on the 34-bit system. If you are using a 64-bit system, rather, you download the 64-bit version. If you are using a 32-bit system, download the 32-bit version. So click on any of these two to download, right? Any of these two to download. Do that quickly so that we can move on. Your laptop is 64 bits, Windows 10. That's Kelvin. Yes, that's great. So download the 64-bit version, right? Installed already. Bolaji Bidemi, that's awesome. That's awesome. Bolaji, I can see you. Qt scripts. Downloaded already. That's great. Should click on manually the first blue link. Okay, that's Kelvin helping some other people out. Yes. Already got it. Beastly King 47. That's awesome. So if I have like roughly 50% of the people in the room having this, we can just proceed so that we can start. Like I said, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, we should be off this channel. So let's quickly run through this together. For those who are new to this, some people are already used to Git, so this might not be a new thing for them. But for those who are new to this, let's do this together. Like I said, there are simple commands we're going to learn tonight. We're going to do our first commit. We're going to do our first push. And then we're going to do a pull. And probably we're going to do a merge. So everybody, we're going to merge. We're going to merge together all our code into one on a central repo. For as many people that we have, you know, that we are online, we are doing this together. We have to use, we're going to write our name together in one single notepad, in a single TXT file. All of us, we drop our names in there. So, and then we're going to push it back to the repo, and everybody will see, you know, how this works together. Slow connection with Michael. Okay. Okay. Anybody else just trying to download so that we can move on? Anybody else trying to download? If you want us to move on, please kindly say move on. Please tell us to move on. Tell us to move on. If you are ready for us to move on, tell us to move on. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting for you guys. Tell us to move on. Tell us to move on if you want us to move on. Okay, how can you download it? Esther Akiremi. Esther Akiremi, the link is on the Telegram group, and the link is also on the screen right here. If you go to that, if you visit that link, you will see something like this, right? Click any of the, depending on the version of system, the bit rate of your system, right? Your OS bit rate, right? Depends on your operating system bit rate. You can download the 2-bit version, or you download the 64-bit version. right? So you can download any of them and you can install it. So once you're done, I think we have 2 persons say we should move on. Isaac is ready for us. 10 CTY is ready for us. I need more people to say move on. Okay, I can see Q script saying is ready. Beastly 47 is ready. Gift is ready. Okay, great. So we can move on. All right, so we can move on. So I'm going to do something here quickly. I'm going to go to our repo. So for as many of you that are new to this also, you need to have a GitHub account. So you're going to head to github.com now. This is the address, github.com. Let me paste it in the WhatsApp and the Telegram group. And I'm also going to drop it as a link on the screen, right? So it's going to be on the screen right now. So I want you to create an account quickly because, like I said, we are doing this together. We're going to have to create our first commit together. We're going to write our first code in that commit. We're going to, push back to the repo, and then you will learn by doing. I always prefer, practical learn by doing and not learn by talking or learn by watching. So please, I want you to create an account. Yes, Adekunle Bobola says it's done. Flexi is done. Right, we are moving on straight up. We are moving on. Yes. So the next thing you want to do is that I want you to go to github.com and create your account. If you have an account already, awesome. If you don't have an account yet, go to github.com right now and create your own account. It's going to take about 15 seconds. Just put in your email address, your password. It sends you a verification email. You confirm it and you're good to go. So do that in 15 seconds or 60 seconds at most so that we can move on. So while you are doing that, let me keep talking. So this is GitHub, right? Let me increase my screen size so that you can see a bit more. So this is GitHub, right? GitHub, like I said, is simply a version control system. And there are different kinds of repository like this, or this version control system. We have Bitbucket, we have GitLab, we have so many other ones. But apparently, GitHub is the most popular, followed by Bitbucket and some other ones, right? So I'm going to be showing you GitHub right now. This is our own, this is my GitHub environment or my account on GitHub. If you go to that account, this is where you create your first repository. And for those who are following so far, I said a repository is just a container or a house where you can put in your code base, right? That's simply what a repository means in plain English. A repository is a container or a house where you can dump your code base. And then by dumping it there, it means that you can then collaborate with other developers. It means that you can track your version history of your code base. It means you can move back in time in history of your code. You can move forward to the present anyway, to where you are. And then yes, so you can do a bit more. You can do CI/CD with that repo. You can run unit testing. You can use GitHub Actions to run some bit of testing, automated testing on your code base. You can do a lot of stuff. So let's create our first repo. Let's create our first. The screen is not clear. The screen is not clear. All right, let me see if I can still bump it up a little bit more. All right, so this is my screen. Is it a bit clearer now? So this is what you have. If you can you all see this better now? Is it a bit clearer? I want to confirm it's a bit clearer. Is it a bit clearer now? Confirm in the chat box if it's clearer now, please. I want comment if it's clearer now. Okay, I should enlarge my screen. Okay, good. Let me enlarge my screen. All right, awesome. So now you're seeing the full screen, right? So I was talking about the environment. So for those who are new to this, the first thing you want to do is to create a new repository. So I'm going to click on this new button. I'm going to click on that new button, and I'm going to call this, what do we call this? Bootcamp.
Bootcamp.
Bootcamp 101. Yeah. So I'm going to call it Bootcamp 101. Great. Adebayo, I hear your voice. Thank you very much. So I'm going to make it public because we want everybody to contribute to this repo, right? So Bootcamp 101, and then we're going to create this repository right now. Yeah, so it's created. Voila, that's simple. So for as many of you that have created your accounts, I believe I asked you to head on to github.com and create an account. How many of you have done that? Drop a comment in the chat box. Excuse me, if you have created your account, I want to see that quickly. If you have created your account already, I want to see that quickly in the chat box.
Drop a comment in the chat box with your username.
Exactly. Drop a comment in the chat box with your GitHub username. So after creating your account on GitHub, I want you to drop your username on the comment box now. Drop your username on the chat box, on the comment box. Let's see your username. Let's see your username. Let's see your username. Yes. Beastly, create your own repository, just the way I've done mine. Create your own repository. Bootcamp 101. You can call it any name you want. So go to your repository and create your own repository, because you're going to have to write some code on your own end there. All right, I can see Beastly's username. I can see Cute Script username. I can see who else there. I can see some other people's username. Drop a username and then create a repository for yourself. All right, so let's move on. The next thing we want to do together, once you create a new repository on GitHub, they have made it so simple that what you will see next is some quick commands that you need to run, right? And let me quickly explain all these commands that you see here. Don't be scared. For you that if you are seeing this for the first time, it's very simple. Don't be scared at all. It's very, very simple, right? The first thing you need to remember is this command line. It's called git init. Git init. And what is git init? Git init, when you run that command on your system, it will initialize a Git repo. It will initialize a Git file in your project folder rather. So let me do that. Let me say that again and then execute that so that you can see. Let me say that again. The first code you want to run to start working with Git is this line of code called git init, right? And what will this git init do for you? It will initialize Git it will create a Git file in your project folder. So let's do that together. So I'm going to add to my code, my Visual Studio Code. I'm going to add to my Visual Studio Code. Let me go into my, I mean, if you can see my screen here, this is my, I believe it's clear. Let me
We can't see your screen. We can't see the Visual Studio Code.
You can see my screen here. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not sharing that screen. Oh, let me share. Hold on a bit. Let me share my. Oh, okay. If I share my entire screen, I think I'll be able to see that. Okay. So, all right. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
You can see my screen now, right?
Yes, we can.
All right. Awesome. So this is my terminal. So because I'm on a MacBook, this is what my terminal looks like. If you are on a Windows system, I want you to go to your start menu and type CMD. I want you to go to your Windows and type CMD. If you type CMD, there will be a suggestion for you, right? A black suggestion. It will write the name, and then you will see CMD like command prompt, right? The full name will come out, command prompt. I want you to click on that command prompt. Then you will see a black screen that will come up similar to what I have on my screen here. Let me just wait for some people to do that because we need to write this code together. All right, guys, yes, we can. Okay, I have an account before Michael. All right, how many of you have launched your command prompt? All right, so let me go ahead. So the first thing I want to do, like I said, I was talking about git init. So I'm going to add into my my projects folder on my system. So my projects folder is on my desktop. I'm going to add it to my projects folder. So now I'm inside my project folder. Let me quickly explain the command I just ran for those who are completely new. So on my terminal, this terminal you're seeing on my screen allows me to navigate on my PC, right? I can enter a folder, I can create a file, I can create a new folder, I can You know, I can delete a folder. I can do as many stuff. It's called a terminal. It's called a command. Command on Windows. It's called command prompt. On a MacBook or on a Linux system, it's called a terminal. I can do as many things as I want to do in this terminal. But so the first command I typed here is a cd. So cd means change directory. And what that is doing for me is that I'm using it to navigate into my projects folder. And in that projects folder, I'm going to create a new folder called, I'm not going to create a new folder. What I'm going to do first is that I'm going to do something here called clone. Reason being that we already have, look at this address. How many of you can still see my screen? If you look up here, you will see this address. Can you see this address? All right, that's the address, right? That address is the address to the repository we have just created called Bootcamp 101. So this is the name. This is the name of the repository I've just created. And this URL is the complete address that allows us to connect to this repository. Let me say that again. If you create a new repository on GitHub, you will always get a URL like this. The URL, we have a base URL before it, and then we have something at the front that is the same as the name of your repository. The complete URL is the full address that allows you to connect to the repository. So what I'm going to do is that so we've created a repository on GitHub. I need a version of that repository on my system, on my local host. So I'm going to copy this by clicking this button here. I've copied this URL by clicking this button here. Can you see this button? I will click on it. Once I click on it, I have copied that address. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch over to my command prompt, in your case on Windows, or my terminal on Linux. And I'm going to hit git clone. Git clone is a command for Git that allows me to clone my repository that is currently existing on GitHub and get a copy on my local server or my local PC. Let me say that again. What I did is I went online on GitHub. I copied the URL of the repository I've just created right now. Let me show you that again. So we created a repository called Bootcamp 101, right? I copied that URL. You can do same on your system. If you have your system with you and you have okay, you don't even have to use your own. Let me just paste this. Let me give you this URL so that you can do the same thing on your system. So I'm going to go to the Telegram group. I'm going to drop this. Is there any comment in the chat box saying anything? Launched. Network was bad. Okay. Yes, you can use VS Code. Bidemi, Bolaji Bidemi, you can use VS Code. You can use any other thing you want to use, right? So let me I've dropped the URL for you. I've dropped the URL for you. Let me remove the link. Yeah, so use that, right? And I'm going to also drop it in the chat box for as many of you that want to see it there. So what you're going to do for me is simple. In your command prompt, if you're on a Windows system, in your command prompt, I want you to type git clone, and then you paste that URL in front of git clone. And once you hit return on your keyboard, what you have is that you are going to have to clone our empty repository that we have just created right now. How many of you have done that? I want you to really do that now while I wait for you. Do that. Once you do that, what you have is that if you go to, let me show you the empty folder you're going to have on your system. If I go to my desktop, and I go to my projects folder, you can see Bootcamp 101 here. How many of you can see that? See Bootcamp 101 here. That's because we've just cloned our repository. So I want you guys to do that now. Please, I want to wait for you, please. I'm waiting. Done. Are we to create a project folder? Are we to create a project folder and clone it in the folder? Beastly, are we to create a project folder? Yes. No, that's not what I said. Don't create a project folder, right? Don't create a project folder. What you should do is that navigate into your project folder and clone the repository in your project folder. So if your project folder is your desktop, clone it on your desktop. If your project folder is your documents, clone it inside your documents. If your project folder is whatever folder that you want to use as your project folder, you can simply run this command and do it there, right? So you are the one that will decide what or where is your project folder. So I want you to do that. If you have done this correctly, you should have this folder called Bootcamp 101 in either your desktop, either your documents, either your downloads, depending on where you run the code. If you remember, in my own case, I had to do a CD into my desktop, and then I did a CD into my projects folder. That's why I ended up, if you notice now, I'm actually in my projects folder. Can you see that? Right? So the same thing is what I want you to do. CD. So go into your command prompt on your system, launch your command prompt. Adebayo, can you share your screen so that you can show them on Windows? If it's possible,
Okay,
can
yeah,
you share your screen?
I can share my screen.
All right, so I've stopped sharing. Can you share your screen and just quickly run it on Windows so that they can all see?
Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Not yet. Okay, gift. That's awesome. Gift, you have done it. Okay, I've not told you. Pleasure says I've not told you how to navigate to the project folder in the command prompt. Yes, so that's what Adebayo is going to show you right now. So Adebayo is sharing a screen. You have to zoom out a bit. Zoom out, Control Plus or something on your Windows.
A minute.
So for those guys using Windows, Adebayo is going to share his Windows system now, and then he's going to show you how to do it on Windows. Isaac is done. Great. Awesome. Isaac is done. Gift is done. Bolaji is done. Beastly, I'm waiting for you, Beastly King 47. If you are there, I'm waiting for you to say done. Collins says no, you are not done. Yes, but what? Any challenge? Are you facing any challenge? You can tell us the challenge you are facing.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen, but you need to zoom out. Yes, it's getting better. Zoom out the more. No, you are going backwards. Zoom out. Make it bigger. Yes, a bit more. Yes, better. It's okay. It's fantastic now. So I'm waiting for you guys to say done. Once you've cloned the repository, you should have a folder on your system. So Adebayo, how do you navigate on Windows?
All right, so on Windows, can you all hear me? If you can hear me, you can drop a comment.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, so if we want to navigate to, okay, let's say.
So maybe just give them a unified location on Windows, maybe desktop. Navigate to your desktop.
Okay, let me navigate to my desktop.
So that they'll be able to all see the file after cloning on desktop. So the person asking that we've not told you how to navigate into the project folder, can you watch this now? So can you see what he's typing? Messi Abraham is done. Awesome, Messi. All right, so for those who are trying to navigate, CD to your desktop first. All right, QScript says CD into desktop. I believe QScript is far from the name QScript. I'm sure it's a developer already. So QScript, we're expecting you at the bootcamp, right? We're expecting you at the bootcamp so that you can bring your value into, to add to the team at the bootcamp. We're expecting you. So you have to go back to your home screen. CD into there's this sure sign. You have to do this. Adebayo, I guess. You have to do this to enter your home screen first. You see the chat box. So that'll take you to your home screen, and then you can then reach your desktop.
My screen is too large, so I have to reduce it.
Okay, your screen is too large on your system.
Yes.
Yeah, QScript, okay. I can't wait for you to see you in person too. I can see your ginger. I have cloned mine. Pleasure. Awesome. Also, I think everybody has actually done it on Windows. I'm not seeing any, but even player that says we didn't show how to do the folder thing.
I'm on my desktop now.
All right, so I think everybody has done it. Kelvin Ogenefogo. Adode, sorry for pronouncing your, okay, his network is bad. I guess it's not even online anymore. Adekunle Bobola, I'm waiting for you. Collins, I'm waiting for you still. Who else is there? Michael, I'm waiting for you. Michael, Collins, I'm waiting for the two of you. All right, so can we move on to the next thing? Adebayo, I think they are all done, so let me continue from where I stopped. All right, so I'm going to share my screen again, and then we move on quickly. So the next thing we want to do, if you open the project folder, you will see that it's actually very empty. You can see it's very empty, right? So what we want to do next is that we want to create a file. We want to create a file, our first file inside our project directly. So what I'm going to run right inside my project file. You know, I am having my folder. Where is that folder again? I entered the folder already. So I have my Bootcamp 101 inside my projects directory. So what I'm going to run is cd. Don't forget that cd is probably the most popular command you will run on your terminal. So learn it now. It means change directory. cd means change directory. So I'm going to press cd and then I'm going to type Bootcamp 101. So what I'm doing right now is that I want to enter into that folder called Bootcamp 101. And now I'm inside that folder. So the next thing I want to do is to write, what is it? I'm going to write a command here, inside here, new file. Let me do that in my VS Code. I'm going to just create a new file. I just want to create a new file. So for those who don't have VS Code, I think you can use Notepad++. I don't have Notepad. I don't have Notepad. You don't need Notepad++. You just need Notepad, ordinary Notepad. I don't have that here. I will have used that. So if you have Notepad, just open your Notepad and create a new file, just an empty file in Notepad, right? So in that empty file, I'm going to write my name, Opeyemi Emmanuel, right? And I'm going to save. Can you see that? So I'm going to save this file inside my projects folder, desktop projects Bootcamp 101. So I want to save this file I've just created. I'm going to call that file. What do I call it now? I'll call it group work. Let me call it group work. Group work. .html. Save. So I've created a simple file called groupwork.html. So inside this groupwork.html, the only thing I have there is just my name, Opeyemi Emmanuel. Are you guys there? Are you still with me? So the next thing you want to learn, look at what you're going to learn next. So we have created a file inside our Bootcamp 101 called groupwork.html. The next thing you want to do is to now master these three commands. Look at it here. We saw it initially. Where's my screen, my GitHub screen? Okay, good. So we saw it here initially, but I skipped it so that I can clone and come back to it. So these are the commands we are going to run now. The first one is called git add. What git add will do for you, right, is that it's going to add all our unsaved changes. So don't forget that inside here, I just wrote my name. I wrote Opeyemi Emmanuel inside this place, and I've saved the file. But GitHub is not aware yet of the changes we have made to this file. Git is not aware at all. So the way to make Git aware of my changes, anytime you make any changes to any file, the way to make Git aware of that change is to do git add. And how do you, if you have a Visual Studio Code, let me see if there's any comments right there so that I can answer any question. Just got GitHub installed and I've logged in already. Awesome, Michael. Awesome, Michael. It's not signing me in. Mosindi Chidozie. Which one is not signing you in? Is it GitHub or what exactly? My laptop is not yet tonight. Which of videos? All right. So let's move ahead, right? So let me show you what I was trying to explain. We want to run a command now called git add. And I was trying to break down exactly what git add means, right? Git add simply means that you want to notify Git of your changes. Do you understand? You want to notify Git of your changes. So see what I'm going to do. See what I'm going to do in my command prompt, in my command line rather, in my terminal. In your case, you're on command prompt. In my case, I'm on terminal. So I'm going to run. Don't forget, I already ran the command cd inside bootcamp 101. So you can see that I'm already inside that folder that we cloned called bootcamp 101. So what I want to run now is git add dot. Let me explain what that command will do. Git add means that add all my unsafe changes to Git. Let me say that again. The dot sign here is saying that all the files that I've made changes so far, kindly add them and inform Git that I have made those changes. That's what this command will do. Are you with me? Any questions? You can drop your questions on the comments. I will answer it now because we are getting a bit technical. So let me explain what I've said again. I have made changes to my file. The file is groupwork.html. I wrote my name inside. We've saved it inside our Bootcamp 101 folder. Let me zoom out on this a bit. Yes, can you see it? Bootcamp 101 folder. And then we want to make Git. We want to inform Git that we've made that change that we just made in the file. So the command to run to do that is git add dot. And when you run that, you won't see much of a difference. But actually right now, Git is aware of this change, right? So the next command you want to know or that you want to learn is called git commit. Let me show you once again here. You can see it here. Git add, git commit, right? Git add, git commit. We just ran this command called git add, but in our case, we didn't use readme.md. Why? Because we wanted to inform Git of all the changes we've made, not a specific change. So I had to use a dot. A dot means that every file that I've ever changed so far, add it to my Git. That is what git add dot will do, right? The next line of code we want to run now is git commit. And then this M here is called a flag. And a flag is simply to allow you to put a comment. Let me rewind back a bit. I told you that repository literally is a house where you keep your code base. And when you keep your code base in the repository, it allows you to keep track of the version, right? So git commit is that command that allows you to keep, like you are creating a snapshot in history, right? You are creating a snapshot in history of that particular version of your code. Do you understand? So when you run git commit, you need to tie a message to that snapshot, to that commit, a message that you yourself will remember. Usually they will say the message should describe what you have done in this particular version of the code. Let me say that again. Anytime you want to run git commit, it allows you to add a message. That message should describe exactly what you have done in this version of your code. So let's run this together now. So I'm going to go back to my terminal. I've already typed my git commit. I will put my -m, and then in empty quotes, I'm going to say, this is my first commit. And I will hit my return on my keyboard. And then you see this. This is what you see. This is what you see. Can you see it? How many of you are following me and doing what I'm doing? Let me see. How many of you are following me? Any questions? Waiting for download to be complete. A message like a screenshot name. Not a pleasure. The message you're going to drop there is not necessarily a screenshot name. It's actually, it's not a screenshot name. It's going to be what you have done in that particular code, right? What you've done. Say, for example, your code you have done, you just written and completed your say, for example, your home page or your about page. You can say your commit message can be that home page completed or about page completed or something done. Do you understand? So that when you want to go back in history to that particular version in history, you can use the message to track down what version you want to go to. Is that clear? Is that clear? All right, so let's move on. So we've done our git commit now, and that's how you do commit. The last thing you want to do is to do what we call, we've already done this. The last one we want to do is to do a push, git push origin master. I'll explain what this will do for you, right? Git push origin master. Git push origin master. Let me run it and explain what it will do for you. All right. So we've just successfully completed our 4 commands, right? Git init, git add, git commit, git push, right? Let me explain again. Yeah, the last command I just ran is called git push origin master. What will that do? This command is simply to now upload my work to the repository, right? So if you note that, if you come back to the repository, before now you can see it says that we don't have anything in our repository, is currently empty. But if I refresh this page now, everybody should, if you have your system, you are looking on your screen, I want to just pay attention on my screen as I refresh. Once I refresh this screen now, you will see that file, this same file that was on my system before, groupwork.html, inside Bootcamp 101. It will appear in our repository. So let me refresh and you see that. Can you see that now? Can you see that? And then you can see my message. This is my first commit. That is that commit message that I wrote. And you can see the file here. If I open this file now, if I click on this file now, you will see exactly my name inside the file. That brings us to the end of Git for beginners. So what I want you to do on your end that will make this fun is that I want you to run one simple command on your side, right? How many of you have created, yes, push to the repo, yes. If you have created your own file, write your name inside your own file. That's the way I did mine here in my, you know, don't forget that I created a file. Call your own any name you want to call it. You can call it your name. You can give it any name. I mean the name of your file. You can even call it by your name, right? .html, .txt, whatever. But preferably call it .html. No space in your naming when you are saving your file. No space, .html. Write your name inside and then run the command the way I did mine. The first command I ran was git add dot. Git add dot. The second command I ran was git commit with a message. This -m means a message, a commit message. Then type whatever message you want to type. Don't type this is my first commit anymore. Type something interesting. Type I'm excited in your message, in your quotes. In this quote, right? Type something exciting there. Then the last command I ran was git push origin master. So I want to start seeing your work here. And as I refresh, I should be seeing people's work landing in this project. So guys, I want you to push your code quickly, push your code quickly, and let's have some fun. Yeah, I see an important message there. I want you guys to subscribe to our channel. It's very important to subscribe to our channel. We are bringing this to a close now. We are done. So I want you to push your code. For as many of you that followed me through, author identity unknown. Cute script says author identity unknown. Author identity unknown. Did you clone? Did you clone the repo? If you clone the repo,
Yes, you are going to have that error, auto identity unknown, because you have to add your identity to your Git
okay,
bash.
you need to run Git global, right?
Yes, you need to run Git global to add your email
Okay,
and then your name.
yeah. Okay, it says denied access to push. Denied access is a public repo, so you should be able to push to it. Let me go quickly to settings. The first command I ran was git add dot. Git add dot. Second command I ran was git commit with a message. This -m means a message, a commit message. Then type whatever message you want to type. That's my first commit. Type I'm excited. Your message, your this command. And the last command I ran was git push on master.
No, I think the issue they are having currently is that's
is global, right?
Global issue.
All right, so let me show you what to do if you're having a global problem, right? So what you need to do is to run this command right here. Git global, yeah, this one. See these two commands. You need to add your name because Git is not aware of your name. You need to run these two commands. So let me drop it in the
Make
chat
your
box.
screen bigger so they can see it.
Okay. Let me just drop it in the chat box. How can I keep up? Michael. Okay, Bolaji Bidemi has just pushed. I've created an account. Solomon Adeleke says I created an account. What is next? When you create an account, the first thing you want to do, I don't know if Adebayo and you can Rita, you can help me drop the commands out. I ran. The first command was git add. The second one was git commit. No, the first one was git clone actually. Git clone. Let me quickly. I want to drop all the commands for the person asking about what next. Let me see if I can quickly do that for you. Let me just drop all the commands quickly for you, so that you can know what next. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to the chat box. So the first command was git clone that. The second one was git add. The third one was git with a message. This will be your message, whatever message you want. First commit anything, right? And the last one was git. Oh, this thing is not separated properly. Oh, I have to send it one by one. Okay, let me see if I can send it one by one. This is the first command, git clone. This is the second command, git add. This is the third command, git commit with a message, whatever message you want to put there, put it in there. This is the last command. So I want you to run this first command, these four commands sequentially. That's for Solomon Adeleke that is asking what next, right? All the git command on window. Michael, are you asking a question? I'm not sure what you're asking now. Bolaji, let me check what you have pushed. Let me check if it's there. Bolaji, did you push to your own repo or you pushed to mine? I can't see your work here, Bolaji. So for those who are trying out anything, if you have any issue, you can let us know. I can't push access to the URL denied with error 403. Okay. It should not be denied. So we're able to clone. Okay, so let me see if I can add some of your let me add some of your Adebayo, are you able to push? Okay, let me add some of your username there. I'm not able to reach your, I want to copy your GitHub username and add it. I want to give you access to it directly, but I'm not sure I can add your stuff from here. Can you drop your GitHub username in your Telegram group quickly for as many that are having issues to push? The repo address is this. That's for the person asking. The repo address is there. I want to drop your username on Telegram so I can copy it and add you up. Guys, can you drop your Telegram on? Can you drop your GitHub username on Telegram? Our group on Telegram quickly. All right, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to add you up here. All right, so Onyx Web, you have been added. Now you should be able to push. Any other person? All right, Kennedy. All right, Kennedy, you have been added. Isaac. Right. So all these guys should be able to push conveniently now, without any issues. Any other person drop in on Telegram? Any other messages on Telegram for me so that we can wrap up? We're done. Elijah Omo, I can't pronounce that. So let me see. Okay, some people are still dropping theirs. Ask to repository available, follow their code on GitHub. All right. So I'm adding all of you. So I have all of you. Just accept the invite. So once I add you, right? Once I add you, just click on this link. You should automatically accept your invite. Once I've added you, just click on that. All right. So any other person? My origin is main. That's for Beasley King. Yeah, if your origin is main, then you have to use git push origin main and not master. Where I wrote git push origin master, you will have git push origin main. Right? It's asking for a token. No, it should not ask for a token. It should not ask for a token. Except you are not on our repo. Yeah, I heard you. All right, I have more stuff coming in here. I'm adding the right person. Bolaji Bidemi, confirm this is the right Bolaji Bidemi I'm adding. Where is Bolaji Bidemi? B2 BBS202. Let me confirm that. BBS202. Okay, I'm correct. Yeah, so any other person, we need to wrap up now. So I should be seeing some push now. Anybody still having issues pushing? So let me check the repo. Anybody still having issues pushing? If I check the repo now, I should be seeing, yeah, so I can see someone who has pushed here. So the rest of you, where are you? I'm expecting your push. Someone has pushed here. So let me explain what you should do again if you're having any challenge. I said you should create a file on your system, right? Using your Notepad++, like I did on my system with my Visual Studio Code. Create a file, give it any name, write inside it, and save it. Once you saved it, then run those commands that I typed on the, let me type it also inside. The first thing you want to do is git clone. Git clone, what's the address again? So let me drop the command on Telegram again. Git clone, right? That's the first command that we ran together. So this is going to drop a copy of that folder on your system. That's the first thing. The second thing we did was git add. The third thing we did was git commit, and then with an M, and then with a message. It could be that homepage completed, first commit completed, any message you want, right? It's going to show up on GitHub for you as your message. The last thing we did was git push origin master. For those who are already, they are boss in this GitHub thing, they've changed their own to main. It's master I use, but they've used main. So those are bosses. So you can use, if you're a boss and you have used main, then use git push origin main. Don't use master to push because it won't go. So any questions as we wrap up? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions quickly? Myself and Adebayo, we have done a good justice tonight to GitHub. This introduction is very basic. This is not everything about GitHub. This is like intro, like introduction of introduction to GitHub. So I still can't push. I have been denied. Beastly King. Beastly King, what's your my origin is main. Okay, I the one that use main. I still can't push.
Well,
So what's
is it
your
sure is pushing to our repo because we don't have main, we have master
so
as
that's the
our
thing. So are you
member.
sure Beastly King, are you pushing to our repo or you are pushing to your personal repo that you created yourself? Because don't forget that you cloned our repo and it's like you're trying to push to your own repo when you cloned ours. Yeah, we'll make Chooks. I can see your message, Chooks. We'll make the video available, right? To be on GitHub. It will stay. I said GitHub. It will be on YouTube. It will stay on YouTube. You know, at least for till Sunday before we start our foundation class, and then we can pull it down, right? So it's going to be there till Sunday. So for those who have not seen, who missed this class or session, you can look at it. So Clean10, I thought I added Clean10 to that repo already. Clean10. So Clean10, let me see. Clean10. Okay, it's not here. I did add. Oh, you were there. You're there. Vyashima, you're there. All right, so you've been added, so you should be able to push, right? Beastly King, I think you have an issue with where you're pushing to. How can I pick up or navigate a project folder?
Your email and then accept the invitation.
Adebayo, what did you say? Q scripts. Are you able to push now? I'm only seeing two pushes. I'm only seeing two people that are pushed here. Myself and Rita Walk. Anybody else? It's like you guys didn't get this thing tonight, oh. I'm expecting Q script to push. Beastly King. He says I need permission. Anybody else?
They need to accept the invitation.
Have you accepted the invite? Oh, you need to accept the invite. You need to accept the invite. You need to accept the invite.
And accept the invite.
It's like you go to your email to accept the invite, or you click on the invitation link I sent on the Telegram group. Just click on it from your browser so that you can accept the invite. Somebody just dropped his own. Let me check that person's out. King Dewumi, okay. King Dewumi says I should add him to the. So please accept your invite. Let me see who and who has not accepted here. I will even see that from here. So for all of you have not accepted, except for Isaac, for Uniscript, and for Kohino. So Bolaji Bidemi, you have not accepted. Kenny Deb, you have not accepted. Ado Dek, you have not accepted. Vyashima, you have not accepted. Divine Gift. If you don't accept, you won't have permission to push. Let me add this new person. So if you don't accept, you won't be able to push. So please accept. Accept. Click on the link in the Telegram group to accept. If you check the Telegram group, there's a link here. Let me pin it if I can. Can you pin this for me here? So please try to accept the invitation before you try to push back. It says that I need permission. Have you accepted? Beastly King, what's your username again? Let me see. Beastly King, what's your username again? What's your username again? Can somebody help me locate Beastly King's username? Isaac, you should be able to push now, right? I wish I can see you guys. I can see your screens anyway. Maybe next time we use Zoom so that we can see your screens to guide you or to assist. Maybe we use Zoom the next time or the next class. I have accepted. Okay, so you're accepted.
Try to
Solomon Adeleke, how do you navigate to a project folder? On Windows, just do, let me type it for you.
Have you accepted?
Just do this on your system, right? What I just posted now is for Solomon Adeleke. Go to your command prompt and then type that command, right?
What have been looking
You'll be in your project folder. You'll be on your desktop rather.
now, right?
You'll be on your desktop. Beasley King, are you able to accept? Are you able to push now rather?
Next time we use so that I can see your screen. So we can guide you to assist. We then we use for the next time. For the next part. I am accepted. Okay, so you're accepted. Solomon Adeleke, how do you navigate to a project folder? On Windows, just do. Let me say this for you. Have you accepted? This for your system, right? I just posted now. It's for Solomon Adeleke.
The time is fast spent, so I need to wrap up now. So what you can do for me is that I want to keep trying. I'm trying to push. Yes, keep trying, and let's continue on the
Isaac,
Telegram group.
he has pushed.
Let's keep trying. Okay, Isaac has pushed. Great, 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 great. All right, I see you, Isaac. I see you. I see someone here named. Awesome, Isaac Avoze. Great, great. These are the people who are looking for and waiting for the bootcamp. I'm waiting for you, Isaac. How do I pronounce this? Avoze. Isaac Avoze. I'm waiting for you at the bootcamp. These are the people we want. Fast learners, smart. You know, get it done, smart. Michael, network is affecting Michael. Beasley King, I'm waiting for you. Divine Gifts, Collins, Bolaji, Q Script, Elijah, I'm waiting for you. Solomon just came in, so it's still fresh, it's still new. But I have to end this so that we don't keep waiting here for long. Just drop your comments or questions on the Telegram group. I will still be awake to answer you. We want you to push your name. I want to see your name on that repo. That is the guarantee or the proof that you've learned this tonight. So ask your questions. You can even do a Telegram call if you need to. If you can't, you can do a Telegram call. Call Adebayo, call him between now and 10:30. Between now and 10:30, call him.
I'm available.
Right, it's available for the next 7 minutes. So I'm going to end this show now, or this what do we call this now? This live session, right? We're going to end the live session now, and then we continue on Telegram, and then tomorrow we're going to come back again to do for the next topic, which is to host the website. We're going to walk through how to host a website, either on a cPanel or on a cloud server, DigitalOcean, AWS, any of those servers. We're going to just walk you through how to do that. So thank you. Let's continue on Telegram. See you guys tomorrow, or keep talking on Telegram group. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and to share the flyers of the bootcamp with everybody that you know, your friends. Please share it. Don't keep this opportunity to yourself. It's a one in a lifetime opportunity. So share it with your friends, share it to your sisters, your brother, and your sister's friend, your sister's friend's friend. So please share it. Let it go around. Thank you very much. See you guys tomorrow. Ask your questions on the group. QScript says it's returning error or something. Sorry, sir, I had to rebase. Okay, great. These are masters. These are pros. It's rebasing already. All right. No problem. Good job. Good job. Good job. We have pros here. I'm waiting for you at the bootcamp. Let's get a job and make some money, please. See you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Good night. Adebayo, say good night to them. Wrap up. Good night. Bye.